This is one of the best PS5 streaming setups, and I'm gonna show you guys how I built it. So I went on Amazon and got everything I needed, like a microphone, webcam, key light, and so much more. And in front of me is everything I'm gonna be using for this streaming setup. Of course, the main part of the streaming setup is the PS5 itself, and let's talk about the specs inside of here. So this is actually 6 years old now, and there's been multiple generations like the PS5 Slim and PS5 Pro, but this is just like the normal PS5 that released all the way back in 2020. It is the disc version, but it doesn't really matter if it's disc or digital. But this did cost $500 brand new back in 2020. Despite this being a 6-year-old console, the specs are really good, which is why a lot of you guys might want to actually start streaming on here, because it actually has 16 gigabytes of RAM, which I would say is pretty much the default for 2026. But for the CPU, it's actually using an AMD CPU called the Zen 2, and that is an 8-core CPU. Not only that, but it also has 1 terabyte of storage, so you are able to download a decent amount of games and you can upgrade it in the future. And with those specs, the PS5 is actually able to get 120 FPS, which is like the main driving factor of why a lot of people absolutely love this console and are still using it 6 years later. And you're even able to do 120 FPS at 4K. So I tried to make sure I actually could get a monitor that could take full advantage of that. And that's exactly why I actually bought this monitor from Asus. So this monitor from Asus actually cost me about $300, but there's actually a good reason for that. So as you guys know, in 2026, there are so many different monitor options to choose from, but I specifically chose this one for a few reasons. So like I mentioned, the PS5 is actually able to do 4K, so of course I had to buy a 4K monitor. But that's not all, because if you were paying attention, it also is able to do 4K and 120 FPS at the exact same time. So yeah, this monitor is actually 160 hertz. So we're gonna be able to get 4K and do 120 hertz at the same time, which is exactly like the main advantage of this monitor. You also are able to get a 24-inch monitor if you want to, but I personally always have loved 27-inch monitors, so that's exactly what this is. And I think honestly, Amazon had a pretty good price on this. For $300, a 4K 160 hertz monitor that also has a pretty good panel is not that bad of a deal at all. Obviously, this isn't an OLED monitor. I absolutely love those, but they can get super expensive, like over $600, especially if you wanted a 4K one. It's probably over like $1,000. So this one is just a fast IPS panel. So honestly, the colors should look good, and it basically is all most people would need. It still is a very competitive monitor as well, because it has a 1 millisecond response time. So it's exactly what you would need. And what I actually like about this monitor is the monitor legs, it's actually just like one big plate. So I actually like this more, so it takes up less desk space. And yeah, basically, since I play on keyboard and mouse, which you guys will see me like exactly which one I use. And since I play on keyboard and mouse, I actually won't be like having my mouse hitting the monitor stand or anything like that. So bringing this monitor up, as you guys can see, it actually does have a lot of adjustability. So first of all, on the plate, we can actually fully like move this monitor quite a bit to the left and right, and we can move it up and down. So down, it goes very actually, oh my, it goes really low. So you can actually be like a try-hard player and have it like angled like this, or you can move it like pretty high up as well. And of course, you also have like your tilt, so you can tilt it up or down. So basically has all the adjustability you would want. And I mean, it seems like a really good monitor, to be honest. And it even is 160 hertz. So if you actually ended up switching to a PC, you would be able to take even more advantage of that. So this is kind of like a little bit of a future-proof monitor as well. So I'll have it linked down below in the description, along with pretty much everything else in this streaming setup. Now it's finally time to get into all the peripherals for this PS5 Pro streaming setup, like the keyboard, mouse, and all of the streaming equipment. So now moving on to the more streaming parts of this setup, believe it or not, but this is definitely the most expensive part of the setup, and it definitely is going to be the most expensive part of any streaming or like console streaming setup. It's actually the laptop. So this is also the Asus G16. This isn't sponsored at all. They sent me this like 2 years ago, actually maybe 3 years ago in 2023. So it's been quite a while, and I still like using this laptop a lot. Basically, any laptop with, I would say, at least a GTX 1060, mainly you just want a PC or laptop with a dedicated graphics card. That's basically the main thing you want for a console streaming setup, because otherwise your streams will just not be that good quality. This one's kind of overkill. I mean, that kind of is the whole point of this video. It's like a pro PS5 streaming setup, but you don't need a laptop this good. I just want to preface. So this laptop costs costs about $1,500 and it has a RTX 3070 Ti inside, Core i9, and 16 gigabytes of RAM, as well as a 240 hertz display. So this laptop is pretty overkill. I mean, it honestly might even be cheaper now because it is 3 years old, and you might even find a laptop with these same specs or even better for $1,500 now. But you honestly just need a laptop that's like $700. I would look for anything above like a 1060, maybe like a GTX 1660. That would be really, really good. But you just want to have a laptop or a gaming PC with a dedicated graphics card. And this is kind of just my personal preference, but I would really recommend pairing it with any laptop cooler. This one is a little overkill. I'll have it up on the screen. It costs almost $100, but you can kind of get away with like a $30 one off of Amazon. Literally all you do is you plug it in and you literally just set the laptop on top of it. And all it is it just cools your laptop. So with better cooling, you'll have less kind of heat soak on the laptop or anything like that. And you'll just get more FPS and more frames and just more consistent, because we're actually going to be using OBS on this, or I'll show you guys the Elgato we're going to be using. But yeah, it just is one giant fan, and it literally is exactly what it sounds like. It's just a laptop cooler, and especially if you're streaming for like 4 hours or something, you probably want to start looking into this. Now, this is probably the most important part of this streaming setup. It actually is the Elgato HD60X. I've been using this for all my YouTube videos as well. This is how you guys actually see me record my gameplay, because I have one end connected to a PC or console and the other end connected to that laptop I just showed you guys. So that's actually how I record all my YouTube videos for like the last 3 years, for anyone interested. But it is just an Elgato HD60X, and I'll show you guys how you actually set it up. It's very, very easy. It just is one USB-C that plugs into the laptop, and then you have an HDMI out and an HDMI in. So yeah, that's exactly how you actually set this up. And this costs about like $200, so it does get kind of pricey. You might be able to find them used for like $100 to be honest, but this is exactly what you're actually going to be needing. You can use pretty much any capture card, but I just always like the Elgato HD60X. Now, moving on to the streaming equipment, this is the microphone. Some of you guys might be saying this looks kind of cheap. Why would I be putting this in a pro setup? And I just kind of wanted to show this because it literally cost me $50, and I just recently built an entire streaming setup with this microphone. And bro, for $50, it comes with this entire stand, which as you guys can see, if I actually attach it onto the desk, it actually has a lot of adjustability, and the stand feels pretty good quality. It actually like extends quite far, as you guys can see as well. But this mic, I'll have it linked down below as well. It is from a brand called Fifine, which is pretty popular on Amazon. I saw a lot of people ordered this, but for $50, it literally goes to show you don't need an expensive microphone. And of course, don't worry, I will show you guys the sound quality later in this video. There also is a little bit of RGB. So for $50, I honestly think like 99% of people legit don't need anything better than this, especially if you're starting streaming. Like, you don't need to like blow like $200+ on a microphone. Now, compared to when I first started streaming about 5 years ago, there are a lot of webcams to choose from in 2026. So don't think you actually need to get a webcam this expensive. This one is $150. It is a 4K webcam from a brand called Hollyland, and the quality on it is really, really good. I'm gonna use this as a face cam, but you can also get a cheaper webcam, especially if you're gonna just be using it as a hand cam. I highly recommend putting your face out there because it just helps with social media and like streaming. But yeah, you can pretty much get away with any webcam, like a C920, Logitech Brio, or anything like that. And honestly, on Amazon, there are a lot of good webcams now in 2026 for like $50. There are a lot of good options, and honestly, any like 1080p or 4K webcam will just do the job. And of course, just like the microphone, I am gonna be setting this webcam up on the OBS and showing you guys just how good the quality is, so you guys can see if you wanna buy it for yourself as well. Now, of course, it wouldn't be a streaming setup without a Stream Deck, and most of you guys probably have heard of the Elgato Stream Deck, and this is another one from a brand called Cooler Master, which a lot of you guys probably already know, but it basically is like a Stream Deck, but with a few other features. It has the 15-key layout, but the reason I like this one is because it also has like audio dials over here and like little scroll wheels so you can assign to different things inside of like the Cooler Master app. I think it's kind of cool. They sent it out to me, and I'm like, hey, I actually kind of do like this because it just has more like things you can do compared to like the default Elgato Stream Deck. So I really like this. It's a 15-key layout, and basically what this does is you can switch scenes. So like, let's say you had a just chatting mode, or you had like your starting screen and then you want to go to your gameplay screen. Instead of going in OBS and tabbing out, you can just click on these and it will just automatically change scenes for you, or you can actually set it to like open up things like Google, Twitch with just a key. So it is just kind of helpful and just makes the workflow, or like just makes the stream be a little bit smoother. And speaking about Elgato, of course I have to have an Elgato key light. I love these things. The light on them is super, super bright, and they just have like a good quality light. I know that kind of sounds dumb because it's just light, but I have used different key lights, and I just really like the quality of this one. And inside the app, you can kind of change the brightness very easily and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, again, I want to warn you guys, if you guys are just starting out streaming, you don't need a key light this expensive. This is like $120, $150. You can literally just use a lamp. But yeah, I think this will look really, really good in the streaming setup, and it will just kind of add that extra spice to it. And for the headset, I kind of wanted to stick with the blue kind of PlayStation Sony theme. So I went with these HyperX headsets. I'm pretty sure these are like the HyperX Cloud 2s. I might actually be wrong, but I just honestly got them because I think they look good, and they were kind of on more on the budget side, like $50 to $80 around there. And yeah, they kind of do the job. They actually feel pretty good as well with the cushioning on the top as well. It actually feels really, really good. And the sound quality on HyperX headsets, this isn't sponsored, but yeah, they're just really, really good, and I like them. And of course, I had to get this. Is like $8 on Amazon. I highly recommend getting this for your gaming setup. I just think it looks way cleaner than literally just setting your headset on your desk. All you have is this $8 stand, and look, it just makes it look way nicer. So that completely is just a preference thing. That kind of is just in my opinion, but yeah, I think it will just kind of make the setup look really, really nice. And speaking about making the setup look really nice, this might be a little bit biased, but we're gonna be using my own Elevate Culture gaming mouse pad. I have a ton of different colors, but I actually want to go for more of a white theme over here. So this is actually the white liquid mouse pad. At the moment of recording this video, these are sold out, but they should be restocking pretty soon, hopefully. But yeah, I just think it aesthetically looks really, really nice, and it might be a little bit biased, but yeah, I just love the quality on these. And of course, they have a little bit of like Christian crosses around just for the design and like all that stuff. So if you're interested, I sell mouse pads, wallpapers, and keyboard cables, and soon to be more, so you can check that out down below in the description. And of course, for our peripherals that are going to be sitting on top of the mouse pad, this is the keyboard that this probably is like one of my top 3 favorite keyboards. It is called the Razer Huntsman V3 Pro Mini. So they actually have different versions of these. So the V3 should be the newest one at the time of recording this video, and it is a 60% keyboard. Most people do like going with a little bit of a bigger keyboard for streaming, and I have mentioned that because you do have arrow keys and function keys, but I don't really use them too much. So I'm just going to be using the 60% keyboard, and I honestly do love 60% keyboards. They also have little feet over here on the back as well that you can use, and this was actually considered like a cheating keyboard because it was just so responsive for like games like CSGO and stuff like that, because it had like no binding. Basically, the actuation point on these was like insane or something like that. But yeah, this keyboard is extremely, extremely fast, and for gaming, you literally like can't complain. This is just such a good keyboard. And for the mouse, some people do ask me, why do I use kind of cheaper budget mice? I don't know, I just always feel like this one like does the job. It is just the Model O from Glorious. They have different versions. They also have wireless versions, which I haven't tried yet, so I don't know how good those are, but pretty much any mouse you want will do the job. It literally is just preference. I just like the honeycomb shape, and these are pretty light, and they're kind of cheap as well. So yeah, I actually really do recommend getting these Glorious mice for anyone, and this was like the first real mouse I bought for myself all the way back in 2021, and I've still been using Glorious to this day. They still haven't sponsored me yet though, so that kind of is annoying. And of course, the last part of the setup, a fake plant. You guys already know it's not a Vermax video without a fake plant from IKEA. So this is the last finishing touch of our streaming setup. So now it's time to put this entire setup together, and let's just cut to the final cinematic. So far, the PS5 streaming setup looks pretty good, but the most important part is how does it perform while gaming? So of course, I opened up Fortnite and went straight into a game. So let's go into Fortnite Reload and finally test out this entire streaming setup, because bro, I'm ready to just see how good it is. I've literally spent so long like testing all this stuff out and getting it all set up. All right, now that it's actually working, this is kind of fun. We got 120 FPS. It feels very smooth. We're hot dropping tilted, of course, and you guys can see we have my gameplay being recorded on my second screen, which of course is the laptop. And yeah, let's just see how good this setup is. I'm actually very curious to see how it is now. Okay, wait, there's actually so many kids I can hear like all around. I think we can definitely get more than 10 kills here. Come on, give me this kill. There we go. There's another kid right here. There's so many. There's so many. Oh my, yeah. What is this guy doing? Yo. Oh my gosh, I just lost that kill and he was literally 1 HP. Oh wait, no. This him? Yep, that's him. Easy. You're done. You're done now. Now you're done. No, and I'm getting shot in the back. I'm getting literally lasered, bro. Oh my gosh. Yo, chill, bro. Oh my gosh, I just got lasered so hard. Where'd this other guy go? Cracked? Oh yeah, you're done. Dead. There we go. I played that like such a rat, but it worked. I need a win on the PlayStation like streaming setup. I literally need to. I definitely know there's someone camping on the edge of the map. Oh yeah, right there. We're gonna push that guy. No, oh my gosh. No, that's not, oh, that is not what we wanted. That is not what we wanted at all. Yo, this guy's not even bad at all. Yo, this guy's actually kind of cracked. Please don't, dude. This guy's actually kind of goated, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to fight this guy. Oh my gosh, and there's this other guy pushing me now. We're out, we're out, we're out, we're out, we're out, we're out, we're out. Okay, is this other guy good here? 100? Come on, give me this. What? What? Oh my, nah, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done. How do I just get 200 pumps, brother? Oh no, there's a kid landing here. I need to be very strategic about this. Yup, you're so low, you're so low. Yup, easy, easy. He literally just spotted. I played that like such a rat, but it doesn't matter. I got the kill. There's only 3 other players. I have 7 kills. This will actually be a 10 kill win if I can get every single kill here. All right, zone pulls in my favor. We're low-key chilling. We're chilling. We're chilling. I low-key want to push this other guy. I want to like laser him a bit. Oh my gosh, bro. I'm low-key getting cooked by this kid. Oh my gosh, yup, and my kill kind of just got robbed. It's fine. Yup, all right, we got the heals, we're good, we're good, we're good. Yo, this guy's actually like a tryhard. This guy's actually like a tryhard, bro. I need to make sure I don't die the zone. I want to take this and then I'm gonna drop. No. What? I thought I had it applied. Oh my gosh, you took the chug, bro. I literally took the chug. Dude. How did oh my gosh. This is actually so annoying. This might be the most irritating setup I've ever built. It's good. Everything in the setup actually looks very, very nice and it works really good. I'll take the second place, but I think I could have won. I literally thought I took like the slurp thing so I wouldn't take fall damage. Overall, the PS5 streaming setup performed amazing and I will have everything linked down below in the description for anyone interested. But wait, almost 80% of you guys watching this video right now are not subbed and we literally have to change that. Next, check out this video that YouTube thinks you'll enjoy and don't forget Jesus loves you.